Alright, here we've got the JR9303. Same setup on this one as between the 2.4 and the 72 megahertz, so everything will be exactly the same. This one I've got a RevMax plugged into it, but it doesn't really matter. The setup's exactly the same between the TJ and the RevMax, except for one thing. The TJ supports the Super Servo mode, whereas the RevMax does not need it. Super Servo mode, you want to make sure you've got a 9253, 9254, any of the tail servos that can handle the higher frame rate. If it's not a high frame rate servo, you will do servo damage, so stay out of that yellow mode. We'll talk about that briefly just when we come up to it. So first thing we want to do on this thing is hold the enter button down, turn the power on. We want to go to your device select screen, and we're looking for your gear switch. This one's plugged into gear. We've got all the connections made over here. We've got throttle, auxiliary, servo, and sensor all plugged in. It needs to be all done to go through calibration mode. Now back over here, we want to make sure that we're on active. It has a couple settings. It has Gov, INH, and active. For the very beginning, going through calibration, we want to be on active. Next thing we want to check is we want to go over to your, get out of this mode here, and we want to go over to your travel adjust. Make sure that you have 100-100 on throttle and 100-100 on your gear channel. And on the throttle, you want to try to stay as close as you can to 100-100. You don't want 60 on one side and 150 on the other. It's actually really easy to get to 100-100 just by messing around with your ball position and your rod lengths on your servo and servo horns. So we verified that. I want to make sure there's no P-mixes. I already did that, though. I noticed a new setup, so the P-mixes are not active on here. Next thing I want to do is go to list. Let's look at our throttle curve. We want to make sure the throttle curve is 0 at low stick, 100% at high stick. We do have that set. Next thing we're going to look at is the TJ here for a second. One thing, what happens when you first turn these on, and it's a little bit longer on the 2.4, but not much, but when you first turn the power on, you get a real fast, I don't know if my finger is on the way, I'll do it again here, real fast flash of the yellow and the red LED. As soon as those go off, that's when we want to flip our switch, our gear switch, from the high position to the low position. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn the power on. There we go. Flip the switch. We'll get a fast flashing green LED that indicates that we are in calibration mode. Let's go ahead and go to a high position, and you'll see the LED turns to a yellowish orange color, and this is where the Super Servo mode thing comes in. If you're doing a TJ and you have the correct servo, Super Servo, you can exit calibration right now by just flipping this gear switch back up, then you're exiting out in Super Servo mode. We don't have one, we just have a digital servo here that's not super. We'll go back down to low, and we'll exit out by flipping the switch up. Green LED goes out. Now we can verify that we have calibrated correctly. About 25% stick position, whoops, that's wrong, actually 25% throttle output, we will get a green LED showing that it's enabled. And all the way up, all the way back, and as soon as we go down to low, we see that it goes off. Verify that in your stunt 1 and 2 modes that it stays on all the time, just because of the V-curve setting that's in there, and it does. There's that one, there's that one. One important thing to watch is to make sure that your throttle hold overrides all of your flight mode settings. So when we flip this, we should see that go out, and it should never come on no matter what stick position we're at, and it does go off. Next thing we're going to want to do is we want to go ahead and power this thing down. Let's turn the receiver off, and then we'll turn the transmitter off. We're going to hold the enter button down again while pushing the power up, and we're going to go back over here to device select. Now we're going to enable the governor. So go ahead and scroll over, and now where we were active before, press it again and go to governor. Go ahead and enter and then list, and now you'll see on the screen that there is now a listing for governor. So we'll go ahead and go over to the governor, select that, and this setting is right now sitting at 0% at normal. 0 to about 4 or 5% is off. Just keep it at 0 to turn it off. Anything above, let's just say 6% is enabled. Right now it comes up, it's 50 and 50 on stunt 1 and 2. So let's go ahead and turn the power back on to the switch for the receiver. That powered up. We have control, and if you notice, we are in normal mode. It's at 0%. We'll just move the little cursor up here showing the 0%, and we get no green LED showing that it is disabled because we have 0% here, working perfectly. Now we've got 50% here. Let's go ahead and go down. I'm just going to hit the clear just to get there real quick, and we'll go into stunt, and you can see how it's off. And now as we slowly increase this value, this one comes on about 7 or 8. Okay, so we are now enabled. So we have 8% all the way up to 100%. A really good starting point. Just take it to 50. It's just kind of right in the middle there. It's not going to give me any kind of crazy head speed when you click in to set it up. Generally what I do when I'm out at the field is I'll have the heli sitting out there. I've got 0 degrees pitch at mid-stick. Most 3D settings are that way. I'll just slowly bring my throttle up as it's sitting on the ground. I'm in normal mode. I'll slowly bring it up to 0 pitch, half stick, and then I'm going to click into idle up 1. So now I'm in idle up 1. I'm at 0 pitch. The heli's not going to go anywhere, and I can slowly increase on this screen. I can increase this number until I get to the head speed that I'm wanting. I can do the same thing for stunt mode 2. If you're not real comfortable doing that, you can just bring it up into a hover, go into stunt 1, see what your head speed is, land it, increase this value, bring it again. It's just a trial and error. Just keep bringing it up, having your buddy tack it each time. There's just a couple different ways you can do it. So that's the quick and easy setup, how to have flight mode control on the 9303, either the 2.4 or 72. They're exactly the same.